Good morning, this is Rosie with Illuminate the Darkness, and we are going to go over the new moon in Libra. The new moon is a time for renewal, new beginnings. It's the start of the cycle again. Um, Good time for introspection, like just looking through. The new moon is like the dark period, so it's the balance of the light and the dark. So, we need those illuminated times to shine our energy and, cast it out onto the world. But then we also need those times where we go back in ourselves and give the energy to ourselves and go over our goals and set new intentions, reflect on, how things are going, like how things have been going, and like planting seeds for the future. So again, starting that cycle again, almost like planting new seeds and the whole crop cycle type thing. The Libra moon personality can bring out the feelings of wanting balance and fairness, wanting harmony and being very diplomatic, which is like, wanting that peace and harmony, and um, wanting social connection and really appreciating beauty and like aesthetics. And then people may also during this time struggle with the fear of being alone or making the wrong decisions. So those just like the fear of being alone can make it to where you put up with a lot of things and maybe even avoid conflict by suppressing feelings. And then you just end up kind of miserable for the rest of your life just because you don't want to be alone because you feel like that's going to be miserable. And it's like, well, you can't have this fear of anything and expect to grow from that. And if your relationship is so fragile that you can't bring something up to talk about it, or else it's going to make it to where you're going to be alone, then that should be a flag right there for you. um, and then the fear of making a wrong decision can make you feel very stuck and then not make decisions at all. So then we're not making any kind of progress. Even if we make mistakes and stuff like that, at least it's something that we're trying. We're trying to get to. We're putting effort into. Um, Sorry. Libra is an air sign. It Air signs can be like fun and witty. They're intelligent, so they got those little charismatic things that they can say. They're the life of the party type of thing. But they can also be very detached, flighty, and inconsistent. Um, so they're the life of the party and they're the greatest guy to be around, but then you're not going to hear from them for another month afterwards. And then they might start projects, but then not finish them. One second. My apologies. So Libra is also ruled by Venus. Venus also rules Taurus. It is the planet of love, beauty, pleasure, harmony, and relationships. So during this time of the balance and fairness and stuff, a lot of that can be in like career and just life in general, maybe like the stuff going on. This past weekend we had a lot of the protests and stuff like that. So that feeling is definitely in the air for people. Um, but it can also be about relationships. This is just an introspection on making sure that you become balanced and actually become harmonized and happy in your life to where you're feeding into yourself and growing with the people that you're with. This could be relationships that are not like spouse status, they can be any kind of relationship. So, scales is the sign for Libra, and that represents the balance and the justice. So that goes along with that too. And then Libra is a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs start a season and they initiate and lead and they can bring balance and harmony. So with that though, with the inconsistency, they start projects, but they don't usually finish them. So they start the season, and then next thing, another season takes over. So it will be Libra season until October 23rd, and then October 24th we'll start Scorpio season. I feel like the new moon during this time is just about, again, relaxation, of like going within yourself, hermit mode, and introspecting yourself and trying to tap in and see what leads you to the next spot. Don't try to force things. Okay, we will do a small little card pull, just to see what kind of energy this new moon is bringing us. What kind of information the universe wants us to know. Alright, let's see. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, and King of Wands. Alright, so the Queen of Swords represents a woman type of energy, more feminine, cool, charming, intelligent, rational, logical, rules with the mind more than emotion and the heart led. So she could be kind of heartless at times, but I feel like that's more the Queen of Swords in reversed. So this one's supposed to be the cool, charming side of her. Very, again, logical, social, so loves conversation, and but very surface level, so she's not very deep. Just likes to go over, skim the top. And then she's very clear-headed in a crisis, so she's good at like leading and being that person that's gonna, like, you know, if something's going on crazy, she's gonna take over and not even be fazed by it right then. And then she's not overly emotional, like I had mentioned earlier. She kind of leads more with her mind. All about equality. So again, with this whole Libra energy, this kind of fits with the whole balance and justice and protesting and wanting that equality and yada yada. That helps, you know, that the same energy. She's also about gracefulness, dance, music. So very big air sign. It goes along with the Libra energy as well. And then with the balance of the not emotional, but then also trying to be charming, you know what I'm saying? Like, so she tries to get people, but doesn't let them take over too much. Okay, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about awakening the mind, being well coordinated. Coordinated. Duh. So, like, you know, you're not clumsy. I'm sorry. I have a speech impediment. It doesn't come out very good sometimes. Okay. A bright young person that usually likes to play or into games and sports. About news, communication, contracts and documents, new plans, pleasure and words, like conversation, maybe writing, poetry, and sharpening of mental faculties, whatever, like your mind. So, Page of Swords is pretty much just about being that young spirited person and learning new things, doing new things. Swords is about thinking and action doing. So it's pretty again with the air sign, it's pretty nice to have that lineup of the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. Next we have the King of Wands. That is a manly energy, obviously. So he's going to be more energetic and vital. King of Wands is a fire sign. So they're very fiery, passionate, generous, trustworthy, romantic. And then he's more about business. So work, business, and like business partners, co-workers, like people that you have met through work maybe, has a strong character and a good sense of humor and could be very good company. Somebody that is fair-minded and a hard worker, very successful because of this, and then full of ideas. And then it also represents more of like countryside settings and open air. So again, there's that air that comes in again. So I think that during this time, it's very important for us to not be over emotional, to introspect within ourselves, and then like have that youthful energy come back to us so that we're trying to plan new ideas and do new things and not just be stale in life, and then putting yourself into work, becoming successful with what you do and being in a setting that is going to bring you back in tune. That's what I think of the countryside is. It's a rebalancing. All right, let's do a pull from the Black Moon astrology. All right, part of fortune increase. Number 45. Okay. Well, the pages want to turn for me, guys. Part of fortune increase. In early mythology, Fortuna was a daughter of Jupiter, the god of luck. She is the Roman goddess of destiny and bounty. Her name in Latin is Ferae and means she who brings forth. The part of fortune is just one of the lots among several used in astrology. However, it is considered the most important one. Lots are well known as Arabic parts. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Western astrology picked up the Arabian and Persian practice of reading lots in a horoscope. Lots are based upon mathematical calculations, the distance between 2 points, with the degree of the rising sign or the ascendant sign added. The part of fortune is the same distance from the longitude of the ascendant as the moon lies from the sun. So if the sun and moon are conjunct, which is almost perfectly aligned, then the part of fortune will fall on the ascendant. If, on the other hand, the sun and moon are in opposition to each other, then the part of fortune will fall on the descendant cusp of the seventh house. Many look upon the part of fortune as moon energy, which means the talents and gifts it endows upon an individual are both nascent and unconscious. It is as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water, and that water is stirred by action or thought. Those talents and gifts emerge. When the part of fortune card turns up in a reading, it means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you will have your success. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend upon the surrounding cards. You may want to take advantage of this time of easy flow to resolve conflicts. It is time to heal that toxic situation that has been so difficult to overcome. Since the part of fortune mostly means gifts, you may want to take on another area of study or master another art form. You are more creative and in tune with your imagination as well as your emotions. This card also means that benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. Since fortune is fate, it will very well seem as if you've just stumbled upon them. Disagreements are improbable, but if they happen, you will likely take the high road. Another area that looks extremely fortunate is anything to do with public relations or promotion. This is a period of recognition and achievement. Your overall popularity is increasing and some type of recognition is on its way. It is also a favorable time for learning, teaching, or taking exams. You may want to do so and honor others. Through this, you will gain respect and opportunity. You will heartily share what you have gained for yourself with others. Injustices of any kind will challenge and rouse you into action. If your question is in regards to romantic or any other type of relationship, know that the situation is a fated one. It is meant for both of you to help fulfill each other's calling. This will not be a relationship that you can ever move away from easily. Destiny is involved, so together you are called to achieve master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. In this, there will be challenges, even though the love will always remain. Your desire to fly is strong at the moment. Any shackles previously placed are being smashed, and you are experiencing a release. Moving ahead is what this card is all about. Madam Fortune smiles upon you. And this corresponding card is the Ten of Pentacles. So I want to point out that it says the desire to fly. So that is also an air reference. And then it says something about going deeper. Hold on, where to go? Beyond the surface, beneath the surface. And then the Queen of Swords was talking about how she's very much like chatty about gossip and like surface level. So like maybe it's identifying like maybe you should look beyond surface level. We got to dig deeper in that. Awaken that mind, you know. Alrighty guys, I think that part went along with the other reading as well, where it just talked about the fortune, and the King of Wands is about, you know, hard work and, you know, being successful and making money. So I hope that this reading resonated with you guys, and you come back next week for another one. So thank you. Like, share, and subscribe.